Hello, and on today's show, Daisy Ridley puts on one hell of an audition.
How would you like to sleep with the fishes?
Stop walking into walls in real life.
And AMD is trying to get into government contracts, but they just don't have the intel.
This is episode 17 of the Geek 30 Happy Hour. Welcome back to another episode of the Geek 30 Happy Hour, where we drink a toast to all the geeky things we're passionate about. Today is April 2nd, 2016. My name is Alex, and I am joined by Jojo.
April Fool's... Oh, wait. I mean, hello!
Yeah, you're a day late.
Damn it. Okay.
It's all right. We'll get you next year.
Okay. Well, I mean, you won't get me next year. I'm on my toes. I'm watching you.
I've already planned it.
I'm worried. I'm worried now.
Little do you know.
I just sealed my own fate on that one. Anyways, how are you doing, Alex?
Dude, I'm doing real good. I'm happy to be back here, and we missed a week because of Easter and other holiday
families and some prior contracts and obligations.
How was your Easter weekend?
There was a lot of me sitting on a seat with a beer in hand and some Netflix.
That's good.
Yeah, it was.
Nice.
I mean, I FaceTime my parents. They're in Texas, obviously. Yeah. So I got a good 2-hour talk with them, which killed my phone. But I mean, I definitely interacted with my family. It was awesome. But I'm in Virginia, Northern Virginia, where we live, and they're in Texas, so it makes it a little harder.
Yeah, no, it certainly does. Deanna and I, well, actually, so my parents were out of town for the first time ever, really. Right. I mean, me growing up, they were always here for Easter, but they spent their Easter in Florida.
That's nice.
The thing you should know about my parents is my mom is a Disney nut, and my dad is the biggest Washington Nationals baseball fan I've ever known. So he spends about a month down in Florida watching them do spring training.
Awesome.
And my mom would go down with him, go to the games, and then every once in a while they would drive over to Orlando and go to Disney.
It's a win-win. It
is. So that's what they did for Easter. So really happy for them. Spent the day hanging out with Deanna's folks. They have a bunch of different traditions, including eating a very special Easter cookie. It's an Italian thing. It's I don't even know how to say it. Popocolofa or something like that. I think I might have butchered it.
Popocolopas? Isn't that what you put in a pina colada?
No, that's Jennifer Lopez's cousin.
There we go.
So we ate some of that, and it's like if that's the first thing that you eat during Easter, you get good luck.
Okay.
It's like a good luck.
It's
everything
kind of
with
like the 12
Italians,
grapes with the Spanish.
The thing you have to know about Italians is that if you don't do something specific, you're going to have bad luck.
Right. Superstitions.
Very superstitious.
But they're real. Like they've been proven.
Oh, yeah.
So I say superstitions, but I'm using an actual term here, not a
you're
joke.
Really screwed if you're
you don't want to do that.
So we spent the day going over there, and then my sister and her husband, and then Deanna and I went over to my grandparents' house, spent Easter evening with them. So that was great. It's just a lot of driving around, man.
Yeah. It's Northern Virginia. You go 2 miles, it's going to take 20 minutes.
Yeah. You're in the car for a long time.
Yeah.
It was great though, and we also let me think. Right before Easter weekend, we had an awesome time at a podcast hangout
gathering. No, it was fantastic. We met a lot of people. I mean, we had already known Bill McKenna, who was on the show.
Yeah,
but we had never met Brett, and Brett was hilarious and fantastic, and just a depth and knowledge about everything and anything. I could pick up anything, and he just had it on the fly.
Yeah,
which is fun. Bunch of other people, Jennifer.
Yep.
Whom I only got a little bit of chance to talk to her. I didn't get as much the chance I wanted to. We had Jason and Veronica.
Yep, Jason and Veronica, who were on the show as well. And then there were a bunch of other folks from the DC podcasting community. We all met over at Jimmy's, which is a local bar in Herndon, which is down the road. And I reached out to the entire community. We have a Facebook page, and I reached out to the community. I was like, hey, who wants to meet up for a drink? And a whole bunch of folks came out.
Definitely.
It was great.
It was fun.
It's fun because, we're always posting stuff on Facebook about, hey, what's best practices in podcasting? And it was fun to get everybody together and put a face with a name.
Right, exactly. It was fun. And these guys, they're hilarious on a microphone, but they're hilarious in real life too. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's funny. You see what happens when you put a bunch of type A personalities in the same room, but it's not a problem because everybody's freaking awesome.
I mean, Bill Bunketta's got a specific dance for certain songs, and Brett's got his jokes about Washington anything.
I wish we had some video.
Veronica had a baby in a bar.
Oh yeah. We brought little Eli along.
I feel like I might have video on Bill.
Oh, okay.
On his dances. I want to probably keep that under the deal right now. But because at that point, we had stepped up from beers to grasshoppers, which I didn't know was a thing. And now I'm in love. So that's kind of a dangerous path that,
Jojo was in a very good place that Friday.
I was in a great place.
Yep. Yeah, so great meeting everybody. For those listening who were out there joining us for the drinks, it was so much fun.
That was fantastic.
We'll definitely have to do it again. And then, something else I wanted to mention on the show is that I've mentioned a couple times that I'm in a band.
You're in a band?
I'm in a band. Yeah.
What is this news?
I play music. I am the singer and a guitarist in a band called Little League Champs. And the name of the band is significant because we all go up there. We're a cover band. We play a bunch of stuff from 80s, 90s, and today. In my radio announcer voice.
And yes. Casey Kasem.
Yeah. So 80s, 90s, and today. So we play a bunch of different stuff, but we also put our own little twists on it, making rap songs into punk rock sort of stuff.
Right.
We play songs like No Diggity and Gangsta
Bag It Up.
Yeah, just like that. But then also a bunch of other, classic rock and roll songs. May or may not be playing some Aha, Take On Me.
Which I just found out recently, they're still singing and making albums, apparently. They're actually like a big thing in Europe. Like they never stopped making, we only got the one single in the 80s. They're still making, they're known more for their new stuff than they are for their old stuff.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, something I wanted to mention to the whole audience out there, if you're in the DC area, I invite you to come out May 27th.
I will probably be there.
Yeah. To Roadside Grill
in
Courthouse. That's in the Arlington area. My band will be playing there. We're going to start around 9 or 10 at night, and it's a big party. Last time we were there, it was completely packed. There was hardly any room for people to stand because of how many people were there and partying and dancing and just laughing and drinking and having a great time. So I enjoy the Geek 30 audience to, I ask that you guys come out and support the band. Come meet Jojo and me, and we would love to say hi.
Challenge me to a Guinness drink-off, and we'll see what happens.
We still got to take that video. I'm going to take that video after this.
Is that going to happen today?
Oh yeah, we got some Guinness upstairs. We're going to do that.
Let me get some Mustache Rocks real quick, and
yeah. All right, but we do have an awesome beer that we're going to talk. Well, Jojo, I don't know if Jojo likes this beer.
It's growing on me. It's growing on me.
So let's talk about what we're drinking today.
Oh, hello, Geek 30. It's beer time.
Today's beer is brought to you by Chris.
Wait, there's another one though.
7, 8. Chris.
Lots of Chris's.
Chris? Did I miss anybody?
No, wait, one more Chris.
God.
Yeah.
It was a Chris, yes.
There's been a lot of Chris's on the show.
Plural. Is there a plural for Chris? Is it Chris? Chrisium? Chris's?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, this is a Chris on my raid team. He actually contributed to a beer before on the October episode.
Nice.
It was during the Halloween special.
Okay, with Jamal, yes.
Yep. So,
whose voice I still love, by the way.
Yeah, he's great. So he recommended that we check out this beer from Lagunitas called Undercover Investigation Shutdown Ale. That's a lot of things.
That's a lot of things for one label. I don't know how they fit all those words on the front label of the beer.
Yeah. So if we're looking here at Lagunitas' website, it says Imperial Mild, ? Uber ESB, ? Yeah, why not? Okay, our malty and rich beer with the snappy hop finish truly defiles. Yeah, I've got World of Warcraft on my mind. I was playing.
It's also a StarCraft term, so
okay, all right. Truly defies style. Imperial Mild, Uber ESB, ? We do not know for sure, or we do know for sure that it is unforgiven and unrepentant.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
I feel like each bottle should have its own little siren that goes off when you pick it up. It's just really super secret until it's discovered.
That's kind of what the label looks like.
Yeah,
it looks like super secret.
It's like spy versus spy stuff.
Yeah. If we scroll down here, there's something else that they put down here for the beer. It says, From the first day of the first Congress, at the moment of the passage of the first law, we became weaker.
No.
The extra large B. Franklin said, the OG, said it well that you can tell the strength of a society by the what is that?
Paucity?
Paucity? What does that mean? Paucity of the pages in its book of laws. Today we are all surrounded by laws. Tax law, civil law, criminal law, statutes, and bills. Laws that make large and small criminals of us all. And sometimes just doing something that you like to do that hurts no one is also criminal, or at least strongly discouraged.
Like seems not wearing pants in public, damn it.
Damn it. I want to walk around.
What is the issue here?
Yeah. It's just
no pants are the best pants.
You know, the breeze is nice every once in a while. They deserve to breathe down there.
Boxers get a little air flow through there. Just you know.
Where was it?
Sorry.
Seems we can't be trusted to live well and safely on our own. On our own, we would all probably descend quickly into mayhem, cannibalism, and ultimately shoplifting and jaywalking and freeballing. It doesn't say in freeballing.
Freeballing.
If only we could all be trusted. It is good to have such wise fathers looking out for us, isn't it? Whatever.
So, paucity means the presence of something only in small or insufficient quantities or amounts. Scarcity.
All right, big words. Cool. Well, thanks, Chris, for recommending this beer. Let's give it a shot.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. All right, Jojo, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so
we took a sip of this before the show.
This is actually really enjoyable now. We did a pre-tester, which was we usually do that, so we kind of get like a hint before time.
We started doing that recently.
We want to kind of like do our homework because we want to know what we're getting into and kind of get what's going on. And fresh out of the bottle, this thing kicked my butt.
Yeah, real bitey.
Right, it was really bitey. It was really hoppy. It was do I want some beer with my hops kind of a deal.
Yeah.
But after giving it about 5 to 10 minutes to air out, it's actually very mellow.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very floral, but it's not overtly so. It's got a nice tone to it, about a medium bite, about a medium source of flow, and a really great mellow tone to it, considering it's a 9.3% ABV alcohol.
Yeah. When I first tried it, and it had a big bite at the start of it, and I looked at you. It was a
slap in the face.
Yeah, I looked at you. I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to drink this.
Exactly.
Well, because
we almost had to pay, put an audible and get something else.
Because if people have been listening, they know like my problem with IPAs is that they end up being too bitey and almost acidic to the point where my stomach hurts. When
exactly.
I have like acid reflux issues. So when I drink a lot of an IPA, it feels like my esophagus is on fire. I was scared, and then we just happened to sit here and we were talking. And then I tried it about 5 minutes later. I was like, actually, it's really smooth.
Right, it's very smooth, very mellow. Again, for 9.3%, and it's got a beautiful color to it.
Yeah, it's almost red.
Right,
it's almost red.
It's almost red on there. I love how it's sticking to the sides. I don't know. It's all in the on the tongue and the top of the mouth.
Yep.
Nothing in the back of the throat.
Nope. Yeah, that's exactly right. But it's definitely maltier than I ever expected it to be.
Right. Which is, again, with the floral hints, that you don't expect that.
It's really, really complex.
Yeah.
So kudos, Chris. I didn't know what I was going to think about this when I first tried it. I thought it was going to be a little overwhelming.
Let it air out. Give it 5 minutes. And we've got it in sniffers, so...
Yeah, so again, those listening, Lagunitas Undercover Investigation Shutdown Ale.
I feel like I need to go wee every time you say that.
Oh, and by the way, it's 9.3 ABV. So
because we've mentioned that 3 times now, because we really need to let you know. So this is strong stuff.
I'm just letting you know. Listen for Jojo slurs.
What slurs?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't slur.
So while we're enjoying this beer, let's get into the news.
Where are my grasshoppers?
G30 News.
So we've all grown to love, obviously, The Force Awakens, but
I already loved it before it came out. That's the speech.
Yeah. Oh, and
just the Star Wars announcement. I'm done.
Tuesday, my Blu-ray comes into the mail, and I'm
so
gonna watch it a lot.
My bosses don't know that I'm calling in sick yet.
Oh, really? Hey, boss, I'm going to tell on you.
Okay. He might be listening to my podcast now. I think I told him about it. Shoot. No, I'll be at work. Totally at work.
Yes.
From watching home.
Yes.
or from Alex's house.
Oh, don't fire Jojo.
On this new curved TV.
He's a good egg. So with the launch of this new movie and this wonderful saga that is Star Wars, we've grown to love Daisy Ridley.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal.
Daisy Ridley had an incredible audition for The Force Awakens, and this was released on the interwebs.
Yes.
Found an article on Nerdist, and it looked like the video originally came from BuzzFeed, maybe, but
right.
They showed.
Well, at least
her,
they put their name on it, so I don't know who the original source was.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it was something maybe originally created by Disney and Lucas, but anyway, so it shows her audition process, and man, she's freaking brilliant. Like she nailed it.
I mean, she had, like, I started getting emotional over the audition tape. I don't know what happened in Star Wars. She had a depth of character that I didn't realize she had. I mean, it's easy to, like, draw anything in a film, you know? If something's not more emotional, you add music or you add color, you add something else. She, with, like, the flattest cameras and the flattest makeup and the flattest lighting, just drove a real deep emotion.
Yeah. They did like a torture scene.
Yes.
With her, and it looks like the torture scene from the movie, like the actual one.
And she looks like she was being tortured in an audition.
You see tears rolling down her face.
Right.
She looks like she's
like
in
distress.
agony and
right.
And like I wanted to like jump through the computer and like go save her. I felt like, really bad.
F you, auditioner.
Yeah.
Leave her alone. Shoot.
Yeah, because like it showed whoever was doing the audition. It may have been J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
But had like his hand like on her head, kind of like what Kylo Ren does to her in that scene. And I was like, come on, dude, like let her go. She's a poor girl.
And then it shows other scenes where she looks like so innocent, so like little sister-like, and so like bright and young, and you feel bad because it shows the bright stuff first, and then it shows her in a audition of a torture scene, and you're like, oh my god, please don't.
But I love that they found her. This is her first movie ever,
right?
And what a hell of a first movie!
Yeah, how does that happen?
Oh my god! So there's always kind of a running joke that like, if you star in the Star Wars movies, as an actor, you're effed.
Right, as an actor.
Yeah, it's almost like a curse, right? Because you can say that about, like, for the original trilogy. I mean, Harrison Ford went on to do great things,
but he wasn't an actor originally.
Okay, fair enough. But like, you look at Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher and some of those other folks. Like Mark Hamill went on to do a lot of great voice acting.
Yeah, he went behind the scenes.
Yeah, but Carrie Fisher didn't really do a whole lot. She got really into drugs.
She had a couple of cameos, but as Carrie Fisher, it wasn't as an actor.
Yeah.
And it almost, because even Mark Hamill had an appearance in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, so his movie appearance.
Say that one more time. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But, he became a cameo of himself on film, but he became the beloved Joker in the background. I mean, I don't see a animated Joker without seeing Mark Hamill.
Yeah, true. But and you kind of say that for the prequels too. I mean, what's her name who played Padme? What's her name?
Nicole something? Was that Nicole?
No.
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman.
Totally is Nicole.
God.
Yeah. With Nicole with an H.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she went on to do some things. And
Black Swan. She started in Leon the Professional, though. That wasn't her first movies.
Well, I know, but she was also really, really, really young when she started Star Wars Episode 1. She was like 17 or something.
Exactly.
But there's kind of like this running curse because, I mean, Ewan McGregor kind of went on to do some things.
He was already established. She was already established. But Hayden Christensen was not.
Yeah, and he just kind of fell off at the wayside.
Right.
I'm hoping that doesn't really stay true here with people like John Boyega and Daisy Ridley, these young kind of newer actors. John Boyega's been in stuff, but
because Adam Driver's already established.
Oh yeah,
so that wasn't an issue.
And same thing with Oscar Isaac.
Right.
But
well, I mean, Oscar Isaac, even if he wasn't established, he's just so beautiful in that damn film that he can't not get a new role.
Damn good.
Got a little bit of a bromance over there.
Yeah.
Like put Dameron like, oh Dameron, shit.
Oh. All right.
Sorry, not sorry.
But she's gonna go on to do great things. There's talk about her being Lara Croft. Did you hear about that?
Really? I did not hear about that. She's got the face for it.
Yeah, especially if you look at the way that they've redone the Tomb Raider games.
Right, I did see the updated ones because they just release new DLC for it now.
Probably. I'm waiting for it to come out on PS4. It was first released on Xbox One. They're delaying the release for PS4 for some reason.
This because they had a exclusivity deal with the Tomb Raider series, which. That again, so obviously I have issues with Sony, but that's stupid because it actually came out on Sony first and it became popular because of the Sony platform. Yep. So to steal that back was kind of a weird thing for me. It should be launched on its home, just kind of like Final Fantasy should be on Nintendo, but that's neither here nor there.
So before we go out on another Sony rant,
keep drinking this beer.
Just listen to our last episode if you want to. She would be great in that though. Oh my god,
yeah.
She would be a great Lara Croft.
Right.
So, I don't know. We'll see. I want to see her do a lot more. I want to see her in more things. I'm a big fan of
even outside the acting. I love. So there was a recent thing where some dumb person was like, "Well, she's not a real woman. She's a skinny twig, and this is what Hollywood wants to put on the screens. And real women have curves and blah blah blah." And she actually went on. It's like, no, real women. Every woman is a real woman. Period. All women come in different sizes.
It drives me crazy.
So it's. One thing, it's for females to have an attack on other females. It's not really good for the whole gender as a whole. But the fact that she took it in stride is like, no, that's not correct. Yeah. But she didn't go off on anybody. She didn't yell. She just very calmly said, "You're wrong." Look at the bigger picture.
Yeah. People are stupid.
Yeah, they are. Really are.
People are really stupid.
I don't know why I got high there, but yeah, just my voice was like,
they're stupid.
There was the helium.
Jojo turned into Mickey Mouse for a second.
Just I also do Cartman.
There you go. All right, so we're gonna post this article from Nerdist in the show notes as always. So feel free to check that out. A lot of good content there.
Daisy Ridley is adorable. Jar Jar Binks is an evil Sith Lord. It's everything's Star Wars. So.
Yeah, that's true. We try to bring Star Wars into every single conversation.
He's got a Star Wars shirt on right now.
I do. I am actually. I'm wearing. It's a blueprint sort of thing of an X-wing.
Right, but that's the old school X-wing.
This is the old school. The T-65.
There we go.
I'm looking down at my shirt awkwardly.
All right. It's all good. Not saying a thing.
So next up. I thought that this was actually kind of cool because I have a severe fear of sharks, as Jojo knows. And as some people in the audience may know, I'm very scared of sharks. Not very scared, but I just am very uncomfortable with the thought of a shark because they have no souls, mostly.
Why is this this irrational fear? What does this sound? Not a fear, but you seem to be highly discomforted around them.
It all started when I was, I don't know, 10. Or something.
Right.
And I was sitting in my living room. It was like a weekday evening. I finished my homework. I sat down. My mom probably made fresh cookies, so I was probably sitting down on the couch eating some cookies and milk. Katie was probably drawing on, in her coloring book. She was probably pretty young at that point. And my parents were like, "Hey, let's look at this. Jaws is on." And I was like, "Oh, okay, well, cool, Mom and Dad. I'm only like 9 or 10 years old, so you go ahead and put on whatever you want because you're responsible parents." And
it's a Disney flick because your mom's obviously a Disney nut.
No, that's like Universal.
It really is.
It's a Universal studio.
I see what you did there. Okay,
I mean because it's like the ride was at Universal Studios. Anyway, in the very first scene, if you recall. There is a young boy who is out in the ocean, and his name is Alex.
I don't remember that at all. Yeah, wow, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, me being the young lad, the young impressionable lad I am, I saw that. I saw him flailing for help. I saw that the shark killed him and ate him, and it was very traumatic.
Oh, wow.
And I probably cried. Probably. Yeah. So, with that in mind, Airbnb is listing has a listing in Paris that lets you sleep with the sharks.
So you're signing up for that tomorrow with Deanna, aren't you?
Fuck that shit.
Isn't Deanna in on this?
Deanna! No!
No,
can't. It's scary.
I can't hear you over her. She's yelling at you.
It's sharks. I can't do it.
She's totally doing it.
God.
Surprise! Happy anniversary! September, whatever.
So they put this bedroom down in like a little capsule. It's got windows all around, and there are sharks freaking swimming all around these. How are they able to sleep with those soulless monsters?
But they don't have lasers attached to their heads.
Yeah, they don't need lasers because they can suck the soul out of you with their dead eyes.
Something tells me that this is already like booked for the next 2 years, but I need to get on this.
It's actually kind of neat.
Yeah, I would love this.
In all reality, like
you're protected by glass. It's all good.
Yeah, but you know what?
You're not going to hold a raw piece of meat to the window.
If all of them just charge the glass at once, you think that thing's going to hold?
Sure.
Okay?
Why not?
It's not. And then like they're just going to start coming in and being like, "Hey, I'm going to eat you now."
Well, I mean, they have to eat each other before they eat you because they got to fight for like the alpha shark.
So maybe I can get out in time.
Yeah, you have time.
I don't have that bad of a fear of sharks anymore. I've come to terms with like, I've been able to put myself in situations where I go to like aquariums and I'm like,
and you're facing away from the aquarium tanks while you're eating dinner.
Okay, all right. So
I just planted a seed. You have to hear the story.
Right, so we were our friend Beth got married. Mutual friend Beth got married. And this Beth is like family to me. She's like a sister. I've known her since high school. Our families are close. And Deanna and I were both in her wedding. I was actually a bridesman. I was on her side. Super honored to do that, and I love her to death. I would do anything for her and her husband Peter. And by anything, I mean eat with sharks. So they got married at an aquarium.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful. Beautiful ceremony. They did a lot of cool little ceremonial things with like mixing paint and some other things like
right.
And they held it in like the lobby of the aquarium, which was beautiful.
But even like the centerpieces and everything was just like cute. Yeah. It was such a great touch to everything, which is so I don't know.
Totally
awesome.
I sang a song for them during their
about
ceremony.
Sharks?
Not about sharks. It was a song that she actually requested that I performed for them, and it was like really touching, and I felt honored, and I loved it. And then we got to the reception hall, and the reception hall was in the shark room. So it's okay to like if I can keep my eye on them because then they can't sneak up on me. But they basically had the entire bridal party up against the tank, like the glass area, with our backs to the sharks, and there were so many pictures of me looking really uncomfortable, and I really wasn't that uncomfortable.
I feel like the sharks were behind you with like signs. She's like, "Ha ha, lunch," or
like, look at this
come a little closer,
But that along with other experiences while I've been at aquariums and been able to just stare down the sharks and understand that they're not going to kill me. Just it's going to be okay, Alex.
So you want to go get your scuba certification and go out into the middle of the ocean?
No, as long as there's a piece of glass between me and those soulless monsters. I mean those sharks. I'm trying to be fair here.
One and the same, right?
Yeah. And then it's all going to be okay.
So what you're saying is you're signing up for this Airbnb.
No, so when I saw this, I wanted to get some feedback from people. Would you do this?
I would, in a heartbeat.
I'm going to put the link up in the show notes. Email me, let me know if you do this, or email me if you have an irrational fear of sharks like I do. I can't deal with it sometimes.
The emphasis on irrational. Yeah. But, I mean, I feel like I wouldn't go to sleep because I'd just be so fascinated. Not only by sharks, obviously, but because...
It's a little hypnotic to watch fish.
Fish as a whole, but... water changes the direction of light, so light dances through the cabin or whatever you want to call it, the little tank that goes in there. I'm sure as it gets darker, there's less light there, but you still probably get a little bit of diffusion in there, and I'm sure it looks amazing.
I wonder if you're trying to go to sleep and all of a sudden you hear, da-na, da-na.
I'm the kind of asshole that I would have that MP3 on my phone, and finally go to sleep. But if I had like a friend there or whatever, I would be playing it. I'd get slapped, or my butt would be kicked, or it'd be worth it. It'd be hilarious.
I'm looking at these pictures, man. It's.
They even have a little plush shark on the bed. How awesome is that?
I would gut that thing.
Hand it over to Finn.
Yeah, I'd let Finn kill it. All right, so take a look at this. Geek30 podcast at gmail.com. Email us. Let us know your thoughts on this one. I'm real curious. All right, so what was next up in the news? Let's talk about, Microsoft's HoloLens.
Microsoft. Why are we talking about Microsoft?
Oh, because they're a little bit relevant in today's society, Jojo.
They're actually a lot of it relevant, and I feel bad saying that, but I'm actually a very big fan of them right now.
Yeah, why are you a big fan of them?
Well, I mean, everything that they've been doing, Microsoft as a whole has been sort of we want to help everybody. We're making things kludgy because we can make, this video card work and that processor work and this. And so you have these patches that just kind of bog down your system. And they always seem to be like one step behind everybody else and whatnot. But this newer Microsoft feels almost like a startup company. They've come out with ideas.
They're being really innovative.
They've been really innovative. The Surface,
they're being pretty innovative. I don't want to say really innovative.
No, but they have been really innovative though. Their Surface idea was fantastic. They've done tablets in the past before, but the execution of the Surface is fantastic, where it's a really seamless transition between tablet and laptop.
I just feel, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I just feel like it was really convenient that they did that right after the iPad.
But it wasn't right after the iPad though.
When was it?
I mean, because iPad dropped.
It was like a couple years after the iPad.
Right, it was a couple of years.
So like right after the iPad.
But it wasn't right after the iPad though. They didn't just remake the iPad. They didn't go the Android route.
Agreed.
And just copy and paste.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I agree with that.
They said, because Windows 10 or even like Windows 8, Windows 7, when it was on the mobile platform, Windows 8.1 looked absolutely nothing like Android or iOS. It's its own beast. And now they got to the point where the desktop meets the mobile platform, and it's very there's still some hiccups here and there, but it's very seamless, that transition between the two of them, where you have a laptop, you have a tablet, and everything works on that. And they're doing a lot of things with their peripherals, like 3D printers and the integration of that, and their new HoloLens. That's awesome. Now, the only issue I had with the HoloLens up front was it's a really big headset.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that scared me, is just the sheer size of the headsets.
Yep.
But the way it's being presented is fantastic, because every virtual headset that's been coming out so far, the Oculus Rift and whatnot, they're closed.
Yeah,
they're blacked out. So you're only being fed the information that the screen inside the lens is giving you.
You could hurt yourself.
You could hurt yourself.
Walk into a wall,
or lean on a table that's not there.
So that's driving back the point of our the topic at the beginning of the show, where we said stop walking into walls IRL.
Yeah.
So in this article that is on The Verge, and I'm going to put this on the show notes if you'd like to follow along, there is a video at the top of it. The person here, Lauren, she tried out the HoloLens and basically talked about the good things, the bad things. Really intriguing, really interesting. They juxtaposed some other footage of people using the Oculus Rift and like other closed VR headsets.
And when we say closed, I mean you cannot see through them. They're opaque.
Exactly. So like Jojo said, these VR headsets, part of it is like, you're really ingrained into what's actually like in front of you, like in the Oculus. So when you're using the HoloLens, it's just like glasses, like big chunky glasses.
You still see the room around you.
Yeah, it's just all of a sudden that blank wall across the room has like a UI interface, like a user interface right there.
Your whole living room becomes an augmented reality environment.
Yeah, so everything's augmented. And they had this video of this little girl. She looked like she was like 5 or something. It was adorable. She had on a VR headset, a closed one like the Oculus Rift, and she had an object in her hand, and she started walking, and it looked like she was going to lay something on a table, and she went to lay it there and then went to lean on it, thinking like it was there, because obviously you're a little, if this is your first time ever experiencing that and you don't really
think it's
understand
real.
it.
Yeah.
So she goes to lean on it and face plants.
Right, exactly.
It was
VR headset and everything.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was cute, but it was funny.
Yeah. So
these I don't know that they're true virtual reality simulators. It's not going to put you in a game.
Yeah, I don't think that that's really what they're aiming to do here, right?
This is more just taking your tablet or your laptop and being able to walk around your house and doing whatever. So if you want to do FaceTime, if you want to Photoshop something, if you want to go on the internet, your whole house becomes something you can interact with. You're not limited to a 15-inch or a 27-inch, monitor, or whatever you have on your desk or whatever you have on your lap. So this is more like Alex has a beautiful house over here. He can go 3 different floors, and what you can interact with upstairs is different from what you can interact with in the middle floor. And they could put up like a start menu anywhere you want it to, show you your news on any door, or if you have a kitchen countertop, put a recipe up in front of it, so just interact with the environment you're in. So it's not, it is virtual reality because it's a virtual version of realism, but it is not the closed off sensation where you're just completely like closed off from the world in your own little environment. This is an interaction with the real world.
Yeah, and that's what's really neat is that it can go. We talk a lot about gaming here, and gaming capabilities are awesome. Augmented reality is coming to our phones with stuff like Father.io or OIO. Do you know what that is? It's like a first-person shooter using your phone. So all of a sudden, if you and me and like 5 other people are just hanging out in a park or something, and then all of a sudden our phones buzz and it's like game time. Right. And then all of a sudden we're using our phones and we have to like split up and it's like laser tag with the phones. Like and Pokemon Go. Right. Another augmented reality. I could walk outside and there's a freaking Bulbasaur right there.
I feel like it's starting to catch on now. Kind of like it's weird. Video chat. I was doing that with my friend Mike back in 1998 when he went to Virginia Tech through video cameras that had serial connections, game port connections before even USB came out. Yeah. And I fried tons of cameras trying to talk to him. At the time I had a Mac. I tried to use iVid. I ended up having to use a PC in order to talk to him. They weren't cross compatible because there was limitations on the platforms. And fast forward 10 years later, everybody's video chatting through Skype or Uvu or eventually FaceTime when that came out or Hangouts. And that's kind of what's happening over here because this kind of stuff has been around for a while. They've done that with different Star Wars games on the mobile platform with iPhones and whatnot, where you have an X-Wing fighter and you're trying to shoot down TIE fighters. They had it on the 3DS where you can point your thing around and shoot little heads of yourself if you wanted to. So, and they had little augmented reality cards you could put down for the 3DS that would give you little characters that would pop up and things you can interact with and whatnot. So technology's been here for a while. But it's starting to pick up, and people are starting to get mainstream with it.
People are focusing more on it, so it's becoming better.
Exactly.
I love it. I think it's so neat. And just think about beyond the gaming capabilities here and beyond the video stuff, just like medical applications.
Right, exactly.
Like, what if somebody were like in surgery or whatever, and using something like a HoloLens, and it's able to identify vital organs and like other arteries and other things.
This is what you need to cut, and it'll highlight the heart, or go around the lungs, or do whatever you need. Make a decision right here, and it'll draw the line for you automatically. Or if you're in the middle of something, you can maybe like Hey Siri or Hey Google, where it'll listen for you and say, hey, what's the maximum amount of oxytocin I can give somebody, or amoxicillin or whatever, and also it pops up, okay, 80 milligrams is my maximum. Let's get them
as
60.
Much as possible.
Right, all of it, all of the morphine. The morphine, the better.
Fun.
So it's just one of those things where at a glance where they can just pick up something real quick, because it's always great to study this stuff and have it on knowledge, but anybody knows the medical field in particular, things are always being updated. They're constant. One year mammograms are bad. 1 year mammograms are great. Then it's bad again. Then it's great again. If you eat pork, it's bad. And then it's great. If you eat pork, pork's amazing. So it just depends on which year it is and which scientist studies it. It's good or it's bad. So whatever the latest update is, I can ask, okay, this person is on A, B, C, and D prescriptions. Yep. Can I assign them this? No, this has a negative impact with this medicine.
So you're just pops it right there, back in your chair, and you're just kind of like it's almost like talking to yourself, because then you're like, you see all the stuff happening through the HoloLens.
Right, exactly.
Did you also mention, or imagine like architecture. Let's imagine that you're building something.
Right.
And you look over to the plot of land, and there is the 3D rendered building there, and it's like place brick here, place next brick here.
So that one of our first episodes was talking about Star Wars using that for that environment where they can put trees. Again, that was a closed off VR where everything is encapsulated into one, environment. But that'd be awesome to be able to interact with the real environment, to see buildings and see this plot of land and draw it in place. So it's even better than virtual reality, because it's a version of the real life,
Yeah. Golly.
So this is cool. Awesome. I don't know that this is going to be the best for gaming. I feel like things like the Oculus Rift and the Samsung headset and whatnot will be better for gaming because it's closed off, so you get completely focused into that one game.
You're immersed.
But I feel like the HoloLens solves a lot of issues that they can't perform. with the
True.
real environments. Like being able to walk around your house with the thing on.
Yeah. Could you imagine walking around the house with that on, though?
I mean, I take tumbles without that.
Well, they've also made clear, though, that this is a prototype.
Right.
So
right.
hopefully it becomes a little more streamlined looking and not as clunky, but...
Yeah, the only thing I can imagine is, I know there was a Kickstarter a while back, and I can't remember what the name of it is for the life of me, but there was a little stand that... you wore special socks and it was a Teflon coating, and so it held you in place as you walked in different directions, but you basically walked in the same place. So it gave you the sense that you could walk everywhere, but you're isolated into one, square foot area or 2 square feet area.
Is it a little thing that are you talking about the VR thing that has,
yeah? So there's a base that you walk with Teflon and socks, and then there's a middle thing that holds your waist,
exactly
and you turn around and
you can hold a gun and
exactly.
point the gun and stuff.
So that works great for the closed-off headsets because you can walk wherever you want to because you're not going anywhere. If you're in a room that has a chair or a nightstand and you're walking around and all of a sudden you lose a toe on a nightstand, that might not be your best interest.
Totally. That would also be a great workout, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be such a good workout.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to play a couple rounds of Halo. Oh, you just lost 30 pounds. Whatever.
Yeah. No, I'm a freaking Spartan now. Hell yeah.
I am the Spartan.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, I need to go sign up for a Spartan race. You want to do a Spartan race with me this year?
I am too fat. I am like 2 of you.
Dude, there are people who are really out of shape doing this. And they take their time.
I'm in shape. Round is a shape.
Well, okay. You just sat there okay, so Jojo has a lot of stupid strength. So he,
lack of a better word.
He just helped me move some stuff over to my uncle's house, and we're just lifting stuff. And Jojo, you don't work out normally, do you?
No.
I
mean, I do cardio stuff occasionally just to drop.
He just lifts furniture.
I just lift furniture.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey, help me move," and then
I lift weights and Jojo lifts furniture.
One of my friends, they were struggling to get a nightstand or a 3-drawer dresser, or something relatively small, into a moving truck. This was about 2 years ago, and she goes, "Don't worry, I'll just bring Jojo in." And I came in an hour later, and her friend Ryan at that time was like, "Okay, well, I'll grab one side, I'll grab you grab the other side." I go in there, grab the whole damn thing, pick it up, run up 2 flights of stairs by myself into the door, and put it where it needed. He just stared dumbfounded the whole time. It's what just happened? It took 2 of us to do that. It's like,
Yeah, he can't walk himself up a set of stairs.
It was an assisted walk.
Okay. I had to carry.
But to be fair, when shit hit the fan, I knew where to go.
Oh, you certainly did.
Even though I didn't know.
I was exhausted.
I've never been to that bathroom before, and I knew where it was for whatever reason.
So, guys, drunk Jojo needs to be carried. That's all that there is to that.
And apparently he also does a Ray Charles impression, or Stevie Wonder, or something like that. So
Ray Charles.
I don't know how...
When he gets full drunk, he goes into Ray Charles. Guys, you know how Ray Charles waves his head back and forth?
That's also Stevie Wonder, so...
Does he? Okay,
well,
all right.
They both do it. Yeah,
they both do it. That's what Jojo does. That's how you know that he's drunk. He starts off by headbutting you and boop. Yelling, boop. And he did that to Deanna once, and Deanna looked at me, she was like, what is he doing? I was like, oh, he's just drunk.
Don't worry about him. Yeah. You're good. He's good.
And then when he starts to refer to himself as being drank and not drunk, that's the second level. And then
I've already handed my keys by that point. So
yeah, you've handed over your keys at that point. And then by the third full-on drunk Jojo, it is full-on...
Would you only see me once of?
Okay. Whatever you say.
I mean, that once took you carrying me up 2 flights of steps.
You were drank at that point.
Oh, yeah. We were at a mutual friend's birthday party. We love you, Marissa. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And
Marissa, who was on the show before.
Who was on the show? Yeah, about anime. It was awesome. And I delicately put down a ceramic plate, or maybe it was porcelain. I don't know what it was, but I delicately put it down because I don't want to slam things down. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, you're so delicate!" And for whatever reason, they were talking without me, and it got into drunk Jojo. It was like, how did this escalate to this story? I don't understand. That doesn't make sense. There's no intro to that, and so it was the next 20 minutes of people laughing about drunk Jojo. It's like all I did was put down a plate. That's all I did. I couldn't understand it.
Those margaritas last night were really good, though.
I heard. I stuck to beer.
Yeah. They were good. Oh man. Well, guys, that's it for the news. That's it for hanging out with us tonight. I think that's a good time to end the show, Jojo.
Great time to end this show.
Where do people reach us?
Well, if they wanted to reach us, we have a couple different options for you. And the first is always our email account, which is geek30podcast@gmail.com. And Geek30 is all spelled out, although Geek really isn't a number, although 30 is a number.
Yeah,
so you spell out 30, geek30podcast@gmail.com. We're on the interwebs, Intertron at geek30.com. Again, 30 is spelled out. You can hit us up at Twitter at Geek30. We're on Facebook if you want to look up the Geek 30 Happy Hour, or even on YouTube, Geek 30 Happy Hour. And if you want to call us for whatever reason and tell me, hey, you suck at Sony, or hey, I can outdrink you in Guinness, there is a phone number.
You can't. No, let's be clear. You can't outdrink Jojo and Guinness.
You can't outdrink Guinness and Jojo?
Yeah.
Who's slurring their words?
No, I just finished mine, okay? Catch up. Catch up.
Well, I'm working on that. So while I catch up, Alex is going to give you a phone number.
Leave us a voicemail, 443-424-3350, with your thoughts on all things geeky and news related. We would love to hear it and have you contribute to the show. And special thanks to Jamie Sweetland for all the production and awesome music that you hear.
If it sounds great, it's his fault.
Yep. Thank you to Lagunitas.
Lagunitas. They're from California, aren't they?
Probably. I don't know. What does it say here? Chicago, Illinois. Oh, no. Yeah, California and Chicago, Illinois. So thank you to you guys for the awesome beer. I actually like this a lot more than I expected to.
Once it aired out.
Yeah, once it aired out. And thank you to the Geek 30 audience for listening. We will see you all next time.
Until next time, thanks for nerding out with us.
See ya!